Everybody's been talking about how bad the market is, but is it really? I'm going to share in this market report what you need to be mindful of and the 4 things you need to know. And by the way, if you want any more information about the market, if you want to view a specific property, or you want to know more about a community, feel free to reach out to us. I answer all my messages. My contact's below. You can email, call, text, drive up to the office, whatever you need. We're here for you, and I'd love to chat. So with that said, let's jump into the video. All right, so this is the North Reading area market review, and this is for the year 2022 compared to 2021. And right away, the first thing that jumps out at me is the absorption rate and the month supply of inventory. So what that basically means is if there was no more listings coming on the market, how long would you have until there'd be no homes to sell? And currently, as you can see, it's 0.08. And just to give you a quick context about that, if you have 1 to 3 months supply of inventory, that means you're in a seller's market. If you have 3 to 4 months supply, that means you're in more of a neutral. And if you have 4 to 6, that's considered a buyer's market. So right now, we're not even 1 month of supply. So the supply is extremely low, and one of the reasons why prices haven't come down that drastically from the previous years. So now let's check out how many listings were taken that year. In 21, 200 homes were listed compared to 180 homes last year. So that's a difference of 10% and 20 less homes that have been listed. But what's interesting about that is the price compared to last year is $92,000 more. That's almost a 12% increase from last year. So even though there was less home listed, they're going for a lot more than last year. Now, if you check out the houses that went pending, so they weren't sold, but they were pretty much under contract, there's 29 homes less than last year, but that's because last year there was 200 homes that went listed and 22 only 180. And one of the biggest indicators that I feel like is overlooked is the days to offer. The difference between 21 and 22 was only 1 day. This is what I want you to focus on because a lot of people are saying that it's a bad time to sell. But as you can see, there's 1 day difference between the 21 and the 22 year. It's not that big of a difference if you're trying to sell. So don't believe what they're saying just because they said it. Days to offer is key. And as you can see, only 1 day difference. That's a good sign if you're trying to sell your house. So homes are definitely selling for more, even though the interest rates are up. But what I think is interesting is the average days on market was the same. It was 19 for last year and the year before. The fact that a lot of them went unsold tells me that a lot of them were not priced correctly compared to what they needed to be for the market. And the fact that interest rates were higher scared off a lot of potential buyers. But there's so little homes on the market that they can still command a higher price. Yes, there's few buyers, but your home, because of the low supply of homes, is now worth more. So whatever you're deciding, whether to buy or sell, there's always pros and cons. And like I said in my mailer, I don't know if you received my mailer, but move-in may be right for you or it may not. So it's never really about the interest rate. It's always about what you can afford, right? Because you can default on a payment that has 3% interest rate. Always keep that in mind. It's not the interest rate, it's what you can afford. So if you can't buy a home at that price, maybe choose a home that's a bit less expensive and you can afford the payments. And again, if you guys looking to buy or sell in North Reading or the communities surrounding it, feel free to reach out. We always love getting messages. So hopefully you guys learned a bit about the market and what happened last year, and this gives you more clarity on whether or not to buy or sell your home.